OK, well, let's talk about the Tigers because I don't think anyone on this panel was foolish enough to actually write them off, and woe behold anyone that actually did.
Some big moments late in the game. They just kept coming. They were piling on the pressure, Richmond, from 28 points down. They kept getting repeat entries. Now, they had some luck go their way. That handball to nothing from Revolt. Whitfield's in a good spot, bounces over his head. Rioli's had a big week. He's got a bruise under his eye. He kicked the winner last night. The Giants had a moment with 40 seconds to go. Was it a free kick? We'll have a look at this in a moment with Toby Green. It was no free kick. They get the deliberate or failing to keep the ball in free kick. It goes back in with 32 seconds to go. And Taranto has a moment here where I think if he had his time again, he could have run to the goal line or kicked the ball in the air, Bill. He went along the ground, and how many times has Dylan Grimes done that and saved the goal and saved the game for the Tigers? They hang in there. They keep their season well in touch with the 8. They're 5-4. It was a remarkable performance with 6 out of their probably best 10 out of the side last night.
It was huge for them because they played Brisbane at the Gabba this weekend on Friday night. And you think they'd go in huge underdogs with the outs that they've got. So that was a massive...
Don't see that emotion as well from Dustin Martin and the Richmond players who have done so much and achieved so much. That's how much it meant to them.
Now, Billy, your quizzical look was justified. It is lo behold, not woe behold. So get that out of the way. Nice.
All right. Multiple entries late inside 50 for the Tigers. They kept coming and coming. Felt like the Giants were just hanging on, but I felt like the Giants tried to save the game rather than win the game. Let's have a look. This is all in the last 5 minutes. Dustin Martin gets the ball here, and we're going to freeze it and have a look at how many GWS players are behind the footy. Now, there are 14 out of the 18 players inside their defensive 50. So when they get the ball, they're just kicking it straight back to Richmond. Again here, have a look at all these players. Richmond, all loose. So they win this footy, they're going to kick it straight back to Richmond. It comes in again, so they have to defend over and over and over again. Now, the next one, they get the ball, they take the mark here. And have a look at how many players are behind the ball here. So if he's going to kick this forward, there's only Richmond players down here. All his teammates are there. So this is the result. Comes back in, and they've got the numbers there, but the way our ball bounces, a little bit of luck goes the Tigers' way, and Dan Rioli kicks that goal. I felt like the Giants tried to save the game rather than win it late.
Oh, Nathan, you have peaked early, my friend.
And Brownie, one player they did have in front of the ball was the superstar Toby Green, who had this incident with Dylan Grimes very, very late in the piece. Kane, you've already referred to this. We're just going to have a look at it and replay it. We'll freeze it, Bill. Look, the free kick wasn't paid.
What are you saying?
I can see why it wasn't. But have a look at this, Bill. I mean, if it was paid, the AFL would also be able to justify that it was the right call.
I think
you reckon more the trip.
Sorry, what are we looking for, Damon?
A free kick.
We have frozen this. Have a look.
Well, just say what you're looking for.
There's 2 arms of Dylan Grimes around Toby Green.
What about Toby? He's got a fistful of jumper.
But, Lordo, what I'm saying is, if the AFL paid that free kick to Toby Green, they would also say
that this one, Bill?
Maybe. Let's have a look.
Here.
Oh, Toby's played for it.
Or we could also say, Damo, they got it right.
Oh, we could, absolutely, and that's what the rules allow them to do. But
and in a weekend of non-free
kicks.
You
brought it to the table, so you're saying they got it wrong?
I reckon if it was Dusty Martin, I reckon they're paying it.
I agree with that.
It's a big
I think if it's Franklin or Martin, they're probably
and they'd be right to pay it.
But it was a weekend of non-free kicks.
As they were to not pay it.
But you're saying, Damo, so you're saying it's the wrong decision. They'd be right to pay it for what reason?
Lordy, the rules allow them to say both outcomes are right. That's a problem with the rules half the time. If they paid that free kick, they'd be telling us it's the right free kick.
Now, Damo, Dustin Martin kicked the goal right on the goal line, and to be honest, you can't tell whether it is a goal or not a goal. The umpire has to make a decision, and we work in a billion-dollar industry. I won't pose you this question, Damo. I thought the goal umpire did an amazing job here.
He did.
But he can't tell whether Dustin Martin kicks this over the line. He thinks he does. The last moment he saw was the ball inside play. So he says, I think it's a goal, which now has to be irrefutable evidence to overturn. So you look at that, and for me, it looks like it's over. I can't tell, but how do we not have a camera on the other side? In a billion-dollar industry, there should be 2 cameras on each post, maybe even one at the top of the post that looks down, because then we would 100% know, and this could cost the Giants a game. It may well have been a goal, but we just don't know. We don't know 100% the answer, and we should know the answer.
No, I agree with you. And on that one, I feel the umpire was in the perfect spot, and that was the right decision for what it's worth. But I do agree. Not when
How
he,
is there
not
not
when he
cameras
was
there,
adjudicating.
Damo?
Well, I've
how many
looked at
cameras
this.
do you want, Nathan?
There should be cameras at all
Inside the
stadiums.
goalpost, there should be one on either side and at the top of the goalpost.
OK, so there's 4 on the goalposts.
Why wouldn't there be? If that sort of thing happens, then maybe it costs the Giants the game, maybe it doesn't.
and cost people their jobs as well. Like,
Yeah.
I know we can overreact.
Leon Cameron
and
misses
things,
finals. The pressure's on him this year. They should be winning that game if it is over the line.
Particularly at AFL venues that are used every single week multiple times.
TJ, we are watching one of the greatest players of all time, and I think we should enjoy it while he's still in his prime. And I wanted for kids at home to watch why he's so good. Pause it here.
Oh, yeah.
The way he protects the space of the ball and the drop of the ball is unbelievable. So that's one goal, kids. The way he protects the space. This one. People will say, oh, that's just he gets lucky. But watch how he never gets pushed under the ball. He
Doesn't fall
holds his
over.
position, doesn't fall over, keeps his feet. So you're always in the game. And then this one. Doesn't panic. Some guys will just hack that, throw it on the boot now or try and give it to Tom Lynch. He knows his strength and his power. He darts out to the right, kicks that goal. Another special performance when his team needed him.
Yeah.
The second, third, fourth and fifth best midfielders out. He rises to the occasion.
And I thought the use of him as well. So credit to Damien Harvick for knowing his player. He used him perfectly. So a lot of centre bounce, but it was the majority forward where he had a matchup that he liked, and just thought the timing of when Damien Harvick took him off the ground, put him forward in the midfield, just used him to perfection
Reminded us
last night.
clearly he's the best player in the comp again.
I saw that last night.
So while everyone's talking about Dusty, up the Giants' way, they're talking about Jesse.
Jesse Hogan, good to see. This is a good
Yeah.
story. Don't
Yeah.
worry about that. And he was on fire in the second quarter there last night. He had 4 goals to half time and he was leading. He looks a lot fitter. Still not the greatest kick of all time, but he looks a lot fitter. 4 goals to half time. Good story. Didn't do a lot after half time, but good on him.
It was one of the great wins for Richmond last night, and well done to Jesse, because he did look sharp, Bill. He's covering the ground, getting up the ground, looks super fit. Still not super confident kicking the ball from outside 50 with a couple of
Kane,
shots that he
not
had.
even you could find a downside to this night for Richmond.
No, because it was an unbelievable night, TJ, but unfortunately no
here
one
we
was
go.
there to see it. So no one was there to see it, and they had a sook, they had a whinge, they were concerned, Brendan Gale here, to the Herald Sun, that their supporters were going to be locked out because it wasn't the MCG, it was moved to Marvel. Well, no one was locked out because only 18,000 turned up, their lowest home crowd since 2004.
Well, why was it at Marvel, Damo?
Because
they're
there's a
contracted
contractual
to.
requirement to play a certain amount of games at that venue all year. Every club cops it.
Are they compensated for that, Richmond?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, the AFL's got to meet a contract. Every club plays.
Yeah,
a
but
certain
wouldn't
amount of
Richmond
games
have a
there.
contract with the AFL to
TJ,
say
they've
this is our
played
home
6 out of 8 prior to that game in the MCG.
Well, it's their home ground, Kane.
I understand that, TJ, but everyone shares the load of playing at Marvel when there's a contract to play 3 games there a weekend. Why wouldn't their supporters turn up at an indoor venue, magnificent middle of winter, go and watch your team? 18,000 was highly disappointing for a great game of footy and one of their best wins in a long time.